We've got a password. I see we put in the I thing here, which Bart has, I think, also done in Flutter on the front end for the mobile app. And we're only asking for one password, right? So can you just explain again? It's consistent throughout all of our stuff. Like all the apps are going to have one password, right? Or you only sign up once. You only put in one password. You don't have to confirm it.
Yeah, initially we had the password and password confirm. That's how you used to do it in the old days, but these days most people use a password manager and that stores the password. So this confirmation, we removed it as an additional step, and people can verify that they didn't make a typo if they type it manually with the I button that reveals the password or hides it. And yeah, I think that should be the best solution for the UX part here.
Okay, great. And then we've got our terms and conditions. Click on this. I need the lawyers to check this again. Tomorrow, there's still an outstanding thing about Americans. They think it'll be fine for having Americans join as as users of this. I need to confirm that tomorrow. Privacy policy. We have the same thing. That's feeding from the website. So here, so I'll just go through the login process. So I can put in password.
Don't show it on screen now.
I won't show it. It's top secret. There's nothing there yet. So, okay, it's, yeah. Okay, so I'm getting this why, because we were talking about earlier, my MetaMask is on Arbitrum. It's on mainnet, but I need to switch it to testnet. Is that right?
Exactly, yeah. So when you open the website, the web app, or if you change the network in your MetaMask, then you will get this message that you are currently on one of the chains that we don't yet support. Now, at the very beginning, it will just be Arbitrum. And for the beta test, it will be Arbitrum testnet. But later, when we deploy on multiple chains and have the bridge working, then yeah, it will only appear if you switch to a non-supported chain. This is basically just the information that you're now on a chain that is not supported. So mint and redeem will not work here. But
right.
If you click OK now, then...
Well, just one thing is, and maybe Elsa, take note for the filming we'll do tomorrow. For the filming we'll do tomorrow, like, I guess people, well, we're starting with our own insider group of testers, right? We've got 35 of them. So probably they're going to be quite familiar with this, but normies, once they get to this, they'll be a little bit surprised because they get this first and they haven't been asked to connect a wallet yet, right?
Yeah, we can look into that.
But you know what I mean? Because it says here, I think it says connect, I think somewhere it says connect wallet. But they're getting the error message before they've even been asked to connect their wallet. And okay, you've persuaded me to go degen first with the web app. So people are going to know about like the chain, they're going to know about which chain it is. But just to make a note for the future, once we open up to everybody, I mean, we don't want this error message coming up. It has to say to them first, like connect your wallet, and then.
Yeah, I think that should be possible that we switch it. Yeah, you are already connected now because you have used this before.
Yeah,
so I guess in that case, it's correct that the error message appears, but we would have to check again. If you're not connected yet, then we shouldn't display the error message. That's correct, yeah.
Right, okay. So I'm connected and I'm on Arbitrum mainnet. Now for this new one that I've set up, I didn't, I don't have, so other people might have the same thing because I've just created this new wallet just for testing. So yeah, how do I get to testnet?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in the early version, you had to input a custom RPC manually, but now if you close MetaMask again, you see the red wrong network icon.
Okay, because I did add, I did add it manually through the RPC. But I added mainnet, not testnet, right? So
yeah, I mean, now you locked your MetaMask, so you have to unlock it again.
Oh, sorry.
So it's connected.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and now, as you can see, MetaMask is on Arbitrum mainnet, so that's why you get the message. You're on a chain that is currently not supported. So yeah, click on the web app part and click OK. And now in the top right, you see the wrong network message. Yeah, if you click that, it will show all the available chains.
Yeah. So maybe this isn't quite the right message because it's a little bit. Maybe this should be, you know, switch network or choose network, rather wrong net. Because you don't, if it says wrong network, it kind of looks like a warning thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can look at that, but it's what most other DeFi apps use, I think.
Okay.
So I guess it's a question.
I'm not as detailed.
For the DeFi users, I think they will be okay.
All right.
For the normies, we might need a better message. Yes.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah. So now we only support Arbitrum testnet.
So I click on Arbitrum testnet.
Exactly. Yes. And now your MetaMask should pop up. I don't see it, but it has the little blue one. So I assume...
So I click approve. So
okay. So I can see it on the screen sharing right now, but exactly. It
okay. So the team's got this right. It's got the right logo. So do you want to add? So do you want to switch? I go switch network.
Exactly, yeah. And that fills out all the custom RPC stuff for Arbitrum testnet automatically. So you don't have to copy and paste or input anything manually. And then it will ask you to switch networks. And now you switch to the correct network. So it won't show anymore the wrong network thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I see Alex also agrees wrong network is standard across DeFi. So
okay.
It's not us, it's you.
Yeah, no, you're right. I know. You keep pointing it out, but like okay. So this is super cool. All right. So I've got it connected on the testnet. And in this scenario, I've already logged in. So I've already gone through the KYC, and the KYC doesn't take very long. I've timed it a couple times, and it's less than 3 minutes. Pretty painless. And so now I can see these test balances that I've got in my wallet. So how does this look?
Robert, can you, I'm not sure if that's still possible, but can you make the setting that everybody starts muted in Zoom? Or is that only possible at the beginning of a meeting?
I'll mute all, and then can you unmute?
Yes.
All right, good. There we go. Cool. Yeah, okay, so great.
Now connected. I also like if you hover the bottom part, like where it says crypto. I guess we need you first need to have some balances there.
Yeah.
But once you have balances, there will also be a button that asks you or allows you to add fiat USD to your MetaMask directly. So you don't need to know the contract address or copy and paste it to add it as a custom asset. It's just a button, and it will the MetaMask will automatically add fiat USD in your list of assets as well.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's great. So let's go through it and show people what you can do. So I can click. I'd like these fire symbols. Galina keeps changing them back to green. I know red isn't our official color, but I kind of like it red because it's kind of more like whatever, like in the space, right? Like it's going to be more attractive. It just jumps out at you more if it's red. So
yeah, we can try that. I just need to replace the icon SVG.
All right.
We can check how it looks.
Okay, cool. She changed it back in the mobile app as well, I noticed, but that's all right. So there's two ways to go to Mint. I can click on Mint here, right? Or I can go to Mint.
Initially, there's 3 ways, because at the bottom, there's also be your own Mint. But this is only because you don't have any fiat USD in your wallet yet. If you do have a fiat USD, it will not be, the third button will not be there, or basically it will redirect to the investments.
Right.
So it will say something else, like
all right,
money work harder or something.
Yeah, I think that's some other test accounts I've been like playing, going back and forth, and so I did have fiat USD, the stable coin. But I think this is even better. So let's just go through it so people can see it, and we can make this video available so the test users can see it as well. And then when we go live tomorrow with the test users, Felix and Elsa are gonna film a little video, explainer video in the morning for those people, and we'll have like a Zoom call with those testers. So I go to Mint, and I can see here I have a maximum $1,000, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the initial demo money that we give to the test users. So
right.
yeah, everybody has some money to play with.
So I can choose it by sliding this, right? But not by implementing it, not by typing it in directly, which is great. Exactly. And if I want to mint it all, we get our meme. The whole company is going to be secured by memes. This is how we're going to explain things to people.
So there's 3 ways. You can either use the slider if you prefer. You can, if you hover the slider, there will be the percentages, 0, 25, 50, 75. You can click on these. Then it will jump immediately to the correct value. And you can also click the actual number where it says 1,000 right now. And then it will, exactly, you can input
that works too now, does it? Oh, it's amazing.
So we try to find a good balance between like mobile and desktop, although we don't start with mobile. But all of that should work now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's great. Okay, so maybe we'll use this video for the testers who are going to start tomorrow as well. So green flames +1. Do people like the green flames, not the red flames? All right, we're gonna have like a poll. Did Elsa say yes?
Looks like it stays green, so Galina was right.
Okay, oh, whatever. Okay, keep it green. I don't really care that much. That's fine. Okay, so let's walk people through. So what do we do now? We want to mint. Like I don't want this. I don't want like US dollars. I want stable coins. What do I do?
So in the bottom, you can see there's something you need to do before you can mint for the first time. The first one is you need to connect your wallet. You already did that. The second one is you have to prove ownership. So that's for regulatory reasons. We only mint to a wallet that has been shown to be connected to this KYC account.
Right.
And the way we do it is we ask the user to provide a signature from their MetaMask. So MetaMask and the private keys in it can sign a message. It doesn't involve any on-chain transactions, so it doesn't cost anything. It will just ask you to sign a message, and then it will send it to our backend, and our backend will verify that it was signed with the private key that is associated to this specific address. So if you click the proof ownership now, the button, MetaMask will pop up and will ask you to sign a message. We can't see that, unfortunately, again, but you should.
Yeah, let me just change it so I can. Let me just change it so I can see. So you can see it. Because we'll use this. We can use this as so much to do. We can use this as like video to explain it. So
and
okay.
Yeah, that's the standard signature request from MetaMask. We provide this message. I test user own wallet 0x4.
Yeah.
Test user, it says right now because you're using one of the test user accounts. Usually if a user is KYC'd, it will include his name here.
Yeah.
And basically, you just click sign. Then MetaMask will sign. Now you need to share the other screen again.
Okay.
MetaMask will sign that message in the background and provide the signed message. Then we will send it to the backend. The backend will verify the signature, make sure it actually was signed by your private key that is connected to this specific address that you are currently connected with. So the 0x484.
Yep.
And after that happened, so if you go back to Mint.
Yep.
Now you can see the step 2 is complete. Proof ownership is complete. So now the last thing that remains is to whitelist.
Right. Okay.
And whitelisting now does involve one transaction on chain because the whitelisting itself is in the fiatUSD smart contract. So the smart contract has all the addresses that have been whitelisted. And these are the only addresses that fiatUSD can be minted to.
Right.
Initially, we were planning to do that in batches from our backend, so user won't have to pay for transaction fees.
Yep.
But that has the big disadvantage that it will take some time, and it's not clear for the user how long it will take or when it will be complete.
Yeah.
And now that we swapped to Arbitrum,
yeah,
I think it's okay that the user does it himself.
Right.
So
right.
if you click whitelist now, again,
Yep.
MetaMask will pop up. You still get this little information window, what's happening. So confirm the transaction in MetaMask and wait for it to be mined. Here you see, so it's 0.001.
And I just created it. So
okay.
Can you send me something,
yeah,
or
sure.
how do I get it from the faucet? Or
just send me your address quickly in Telegram or something.
Okay. Yeah, just a second.
That's why we already asked the test users to provide their addresses, so we can give them some test Arbitrum ETH.
Right. Okay, so I sent it to you in Telegram. Yeah. That's all right. Everybody can see it. It's a bit raw behind the scenes, but you know, these people can see, you know, what's going on. So
yeah, so apparently there's some more stuff in the chat. Maybe we can see.
Right.
Alex said something about abbreviated wallet address. Can we show the full address if we hover? Yes, now we can. Initially, there was not a lot of space because we were running or we were using the same UI for mobile and web. But now that we are basically just focusing on web and desktop, I guess there should be enough space. So yeah, maybe we can do that. Green flames all the way.
Okay.
Will this KYC message be completely private between me and Fluify? Yes. So the way it works, you're connected through the web app, and that is on a SSL secured network connection. And the signature itself happens completely on your device, on your computer. And MetaMask will basically sign this message and then provide the signed message to the browser. And the browser sees only the signed message. And then that signed message will be sent over the encrypted SSL connection to the backend, and the backend will verify it. So there's no way anybody can see your name or anything like that. It will never leave your device unencrypted.
Cool. That's great. That's good questions from Alex, because Alex, you're going to join us. When are you going to join us? We've been waiting for like months for you to join. You know, we need your help, particularly in the backend team on the CFI side. So October 11th.
Okay, good.
Or about. That's great. We need you. We need you, man.
Yeah, so you should have some funds by now.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very generous. 0.1.
Yeah,
ETH.
That will be enough for more than 1,000 transactions. So
all right. Yeah, I guess.
Fine.
Right. Okay, cool. So let's go. I go through the whitelist.
Yes.
So again, I'm going to share it. Just a second. I'm going to share it so we can have it all recorded. Everybody can see. So
as you can see now, it's even a lot more cheaper than before.
It's crazy.
So yeah, you just confirm it.
It's funny that we were just in Amsterdam like 2 weeks ago and like, you know, decided to do this. So
yeah,
on Arbitrum, that's amazing.
And you need to share the other window again. Zoom stopped sharing.
Oh yeah.
But I assume that the whitelist transaction probably already went through. Yeah. So if you click OK now, you should already have seen a little pop-up saying whitelist complete, and the connection went through, the transaction went through.
Yeah.
So also, as you can see now, these steps 1, 2, 3 above the mint button disappeared.
Oh, cool.
Now all the setup is done, and this is also only required once when you connect your address.
Right.
And you have to prove ownership and to whitelist it. But once that's done, our backend knows your address, and as long as you're connected with this address, then the web app will know, okay, that's fine. We can mint to that address. So yeah, now
amazing. That's great.
How much Fiat USD you want to mint?
it's so terrible. The meme is so addictive because I always want to mint the maximum amount just to get the
why
meme.
it's there. That's what everybody should do.
That's great. Yeah, to get the hell out of the typical traditional system. So yeah. Okay, so I try to do that. So I go mint.
Yeah, that's basically it. You see the confirmation message. You need to check again. Soon there's multiple chains. For now, it's just the Arbitrum.
Right. What did we do? What did we do? Because you were running it on Kovan, and then for Ethereum, and then Mumbai for Polygon.
Exactly. We had these set up initially, also for testing the bridge solution we have. All of that is ready and working. But for now, we will start on Arbitrum. Make sure that we have a pool there that also will allow to swap fiat USD against other stable coins, and then hopefully also get some integrations into some of the big DeFi protocols soon. And then once that has established a bit, then we will also deploy to Ethereum mainnet probably next, and then Polygon or Optimism, or yeah, we will see.
Right. Okay. And when we were talking in Amsterdam with like Ravi and Amadeo and Alexander, one of the concerns was that like Curve wasn't there yet, because we really need a Curve. We need a Curve pool, right? But they have subsequently deployed, is that right?
Yes.
Curve?
Curve is now available on Arbitrum. So yeah, no problem there.
Okay, that's great. Because I'd really like Michael to be part of the DAO that we're gonna create for this. So, and obviously he can be helpful with the Curve pool. So
yeah, I know Amadeo has already reached out to him again, and he already pushed him a bit, like get on Arbitrum, we need you. So now they are on Arbitrum, now we need to launch.
Yeah, okay, amazing. All right, that's great. And I know him too through Lisa, who we're going to use for the tokenomics. She's with Economics Design in cool. Singapore, and Michael and I were on a panel like a year ago in Singapore. So yeah, it'd be really cool. It's amazing how much the space has changed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm minting to.
Yeah, you double check your address, so you know everything's good. Yeah. Also, maybe important to know for the minting, this will go through our backend, and then the backend will move the funds into the treasury account. As you can see, I can't even talk as fast because Arbitrum is really fast.
Wow.
So it will move the funds into the fiat USD treasury account. Then the DeFi Bridge DAO node picks up that transaction, sees the new inflow into the treasury account, checks it and validates it that it actually happened, signed by our CeFi backend's private key. And if everything looks good, it forwards it to the smart contract, updates the on-chain oracle. So the on-chain oracle knows, okay, now there's more money in the fiat USD treasury account. And that means now we can mint more on the fiat USD smart contract. And then it will immediately execute that mint. And as we saw, this is really fast on Arbitrum, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really great. And so, okay, the backend, the treasury function is sitting in our accounts in Currency Cloud, right?
Yes. So this is basically now a transfer from the user's bank account into the fiat USD treasury account.
So as a user, I've created a bank account with FluidFi. I have an IBAN, and so I've got a full bank account. We're restricting it to 4 currencies to start with, and so from my bank account, basically when I do this mint function on our backend, it's moving from my account where my IBAN is to a FluidFi corporate account, essentially held with Currency Cloud, right?
Yes. So
and then that Currency Cloud account is then subject to client fund safeguarding rules. It's held with different money center banks. We're going to put the insurance in place with Lloyd's for fraud and theft and whatever else could happen. But everything else, it's just in ring-fenced accounts. So that is frozen basically in our treasury, and then the treasury is minting to chain basically.
Yes, exactly. As soon as we have the DAO set up completely, both the treasury account as well as the DAO node that performs the mint and redeem actions, as well as the smart contracts, will go under the control of the DAO. And then we have this separation.
So basically what we're doing is we're moving the treasury and mint functions out of FluidFi, which is a centralized regulated company, going to be a bank capitalized in ETH, but we're moving that out, and we're going to put it into the DAO structure. So that's basically it is under community governance, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's the idea.
It's the idea. As decentralized as possible. So only keep the stuff that's old school CeFi stuff and requires you to be in the office and be on the phone. But we minimize that and move all the rest to the DAO. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's cool. And Felix is working on the DAO setup, which we can do as a foundation in Monaco. Perhaps we're going ahead with the DAO economics with Lisa from Economics Design. We talked about the Oracle. Like when we talked earlier about the Oracle, when we were running it on Ethereum and Polygon on the test nets, Chainlink wasn't able to do all the Oracle functions we wanted, right?
Yes. Unfortunately not yet. I was a bit surprised that they didn't even provide like a cross-chain total supply for token. So
well, they're our friends. So of course we love them. But
no, we have a call with them on Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
But until then, we implemented the Oracle contracts ourselves, and the DeFi Bridge DAO will perform the updates of these oracles. And we will talk to them next week to Chainlink, and hopefully the cross-chain total supply will go pretty quickly, that they will provide the Oracle and we don't use our own anymore.
Okay.
And for the Fiat USD mint and redeem part, so that's basically what they usually call a proof of reserve Oracle. And this is a bit more custom solution, so I'm not sure how fast they will be able to implement that. But I would love to have them on board.
Yeah. Okay. So for the moment, you just built that Oracle solution yourself, right?
Yes.
And did has there been another pair of eyes on that? I can't remember. Yes. Did Alex, did he look at that, or
exactly,
Amadeo?
Yeah, this is also was part of the security audit we did with Solidified, but Alex and I have been working on the smart contracts, and all the Solidity code has been both looked at by Alex and me.
Okay.
Including the new Fluid and our Fluid tokens. Alex is checking them right now.
Okay.
And we also always check that we have all the code covered by tests. Like most of the time, we even work test first. So we write a test and then implement the code, so we can be sure that everything is working as we want it to.
Okay.
And I think we even showed that in the, or if any of the community did look at the Fluid token contracts, there's like a few hundred lines of tests, and we have 100% test coverage on all the smart contracts. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. That's great. So that's in the GitLab, and we're going to open that to the public, right? For the
Fluid and our Fluid
for the Fluid and our Fluid
already public, yes, and DBD stuff we will make public as well. We were just waiting for the smart contract for the security audit to come back. As soon as we find some time, we will make that public as well. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you've been doing. You've had like such a lot of free time recently.
I'm just basically enjoying my Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, when we talked, Alex was like visiting his parents or something like that in the Netherlands. He's like,
exactly. His mom had a personal emergency, so he's been there over the weekend. But he was available, and he's looking at the stuff, and will continue tomorrow again.
Okay. I don't know how I can thank everybody for doing this all at the last minute. So.
Sure.
Okay, so I've minted now.
Yes, and if you go back to your balances now.
I go back to balance.
The bottom part will have changed. So now you see that you have a balance of Fiat USD. And
amazing,
you can see that currently all of it resides on Arbitrum.
Okay.
And maybe if you check your MetaMask right now, I guess if you open it, it won't share here.
So what happens on the top with Fiat is if I don't hold the currency, it just disappears, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Sometimes I open Revolut and I've got I can see 25 different currencies, but they're all empty. So for us, it's just not going to appear.
Exactly, yeah. Galina got a bit of a heart attack from the UX side when I told her that there's going to be 25 currencies. So we will, by default, show the ones that have a non-zero balance. But as you can see, there's a show all balances. So if you do want to see your transaction history or anything else, then you click that, you see now your USD account. And if you click the USD account, maybe go back to show all balances and click the USD account, you will also here see your welcome bonus came in plus $1,000. And now there was a min fiat USD transaction, which was minus $1,000.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. That's really great. That's so good. All right, I love it. I didn't know that she had implemented that also for the web app. That's amazing. I think that the way that we're going to be much better than like Revolut and some of these others is like by having people like, you know, Galina involved in all this UX. So it's like,
yeah,
you know, it's
really
so
good.
much more, it's so much more intuitive. Like I don't know, I'm pretty picky, but I don't like a lot of these fintech apps that are out there. So
no. I mean, I guess for the DeFi people and for the web app, like DeFi people are kind of used or abused with bad UIs these days. Like the curve UIs and stuff like that are kind of tough. Well, let's say there was not much of UX experts involved. But that's no reason that we can't do it also better for the DeFi people. Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's good. Well, I guess that's why we have a team also that includes like UX designers as well as like, you know, marketing and legal and regulatory and insurance or whatever, right? It's not just all like engineers. No offense.
That's definitely a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is pretty cool. So
yeah. So right now, if you open your MetaMask, it will not show fiat USD yet, I assume.
Yeah.
So
no, because this is
assets,
new.
Exactly. You only see your ETH here.
Yeah.
Now, normally you would need to add the token manually and know the contract address and all of that. But if you hover over your crypto balance again in the web app, so you have to close the MetaMask. Yeah. And there is now the green add fiat USD to MetaMask. We added it this morning. Amazing. So if you click it, then it should pre-fill all the MetaMask stuff automatically.
Yeah.
And then, you can also... Yeah, if you click the address or the balance, you will be redirected to the Arbitrum Testnet Explorer.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's really shitty.
Okay.
So the mainnet one is really good, but the testnet one is really slow. Right. It doesn't show a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not too much help yet, but on the mainnet, as soon as we are there, it will be much better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I'm going to open this up so everybody can see it. So Felix, can you take note of this? Because we need a Medium article to come out, or maybe not Medium, maybe we'll do a blog on our site that explains it. And then for the filming tomorrow, Elsa, take note because we want to show this in the video. So this is really cool. Okay, so we just do that to add the token.
Now you need to share the other
window again. Share, yeah.
Okay, I also see there's some stuff from the community. Are we talking about Lisa Tan? I don't know her last name.
What's we are. Yes, okay. That's right. Lisa Tan. So I go to chat. Okay, I'll take a little break. Look. Lisa Tan is Lisa. So Lisa Tan's a friend, and she's in Singapore. I think she's one of the most amazing people in the space for tokenomics. I read her book. I've known her for a little while. Like I said, she put together a conference, and she invited me and Michael from Curve and a couple of others to be on a panel, and that was last summer. It was DeFi summer. So yeah, I've known her for a while. So she's an official advisor to the company. We need to update that on the website. I'll do that as soon as I get a spare second. So yeah,
what have you been doing all these days?
I know, yeah, golfing, just hanging out here. Talking about Lisa Tan, yeah. Parts of the back end are self-build, and which are third-party elements from Omar.
All of it is self-built. Like the entire backend is both on the CeFi side as well as the DeFi build side is custom built. In all of it is Golang, I think, yeah. But we obviously do have integrations with third parties like Currency Cloud that does the exchanges and bank accounts and IBANs for us. We have integrations with Verif that does the KYC process for us. But all the infrastructure that we run on is what did you say? Self-built, yes.
Yeah. So Currency Cloud is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty amazing. It underpins all of these fintechs, all of these apps. You can see others as well. It underpins Klarna. I mean, it's what it does is it allows us essentially to access the traditional financial system. So we can do money in, money out, foreign exchange. It means money can come in and that we can create IBANs accounts for our users. We're integrated by them. We're integrated into 17 different local payment systems. So we do ACH in the United States. We do faster payments in the United Kingdom. We do SEPA here in Europe. We do it in Indonesia, Malaysia, like lots of places. So it's kind of cool. It's a big picture idea. So
yes, and their APIs were very easy to integrate with, and they are super high standard. And there is definitely not even one bug in them that we found after 2 days.
It's your sarcasm. Don't tell that to people.
No, I'm saying
your German
perfect.
sarcasm.
Yeah.
So, but the back end team, we'll have a call maybe with the back end team because it's been a real adventure, right? Like one of the reasons why we're launching this web app on Monday, not on a Friday, not over a weekend, is because actually the foreign exchange capability stops on the weekend. It's pretty amazing. Like, we couldn't figure it out, but then we even Googled what does Revolut do foreign exchange weekend, and Revolut does what everybody else does. They just add a margin, and on average that covers an FX risk that they take on the weekend. So the foreign exchange risk for major currencies isn't that high, but if you, as a company, as Fluidify, if you have a huge foreign exchange movement and we've done an exchange with a client, will we continue to carry that risk until trading opens on Monday morning? So the DeFi team just doesn't understand the servers are.
This is not acceptable. So we will do it like this to get it working right now, but we will move the FX stuff at least during the weekend on chain as fast as possible.
Yeah.
There's no reason why there should be downtime on a weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been an adventure, particularly for the back-end team. So, but the philosophy is basically to replace as much of CeFi with DeFi as we can, right? So every time we get an opportunity to do something in DeFi, we do it there. So, but some things you just can't use. Like if you want to attach the traditional system, you need to be able to create IBANs. You need to have credit cards, debit cards, and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Fees. Fees. Do you want to talk about our fees?
Fees? Yeah, maybe if you go back to Mint and just, you minted all your fiat-USD. Okay, so in the confirmation screen, there is 2 fees. One is the network fee and one is the Fluidify fee. The Fluidify fee is at 0%. And network fee is the only thing that we will charge. Maybe not initially, but again, on Arbitrum, it's super cheap. So we will make sure this is 0.0 something % of the amount you mint. We also want to make sure that it's not that it's also feasible to mint small amounts for people, who don't want to mint millions and millions of dollars. So it will always be a percentage of the amount you mint, and it will be a very low percentage.
That's great. So there's a few other comments. Maybe we just continue with this, Nick, because I want to use this as a video so that people can our testers and everybody else can use it and see it. So, sure. All right, so cool. So I've added fiat USD to my MetaMask, right? So you can see it under my assets. So I have 1,000 fiat USD. Yeah.
And that's now basically just a regular ERC20 compatible stablecoin with some special features such as that even we cannot mint more than is in the treasury account. And some things like that.
Right. And people can check that in the code, right? They can see the code that you can't, prevent us from minting anything more than is actually in the treasury account, right?
Absolutely. So we will make the GitLab public, as well as we will verify all the code with the on-chain explorers. So Etherscan has the ability, and RBScan as well, that you can just go to the contract and then see the code there yourself. And we will also add the security audit, of course, as well.
Okay. I guess one thing to be cynical that people could say is but your treasury account is still sitting in the CeFi side of things. And we talked about this. There's nothing you can do about that, right? It's like, I guess you can see that it's like you can see that it's like you can see it's 1-to-1 backed. It's only ever going to be cash. Like it's not like Circle or Tether or whatever. It's pure cash. We can demonstrate that on chain. We're going to have essentially a way of doing that. We were going to use our accountants. We're going to use our auditors, lawyers, whatever in Switzerland. But we're going to open up so that others can actually see it as well, right?
Exactly, yes. So basically, when you go building a stablecoin, you have two options. You either stay somewhat in the traditional system, which in this case we did. And the reason we did it is that we want every fiat USD token available on chain to be 1-to-1 backed, provably, verifiably backed by $1 sitting in the treasury account. So there's a lot of questions about other stablecoins. Are they really backed? And what happens if I want to cash out? Is there actually $1 sitting there that I can get? And yeah, that's one of the issues we wanted to address here with fiat USD. But to be able to do that, we do need that treasury account on the CeFi side that's holding these funds. And yeah, one of the issues that we also talked about is like, what can we get insurance against here? So not just if somebody like maybe from Currency Cloud steals it or defrauds it or stuff like that. There's also the question, what happens, like, can these funds be frozen in any way? And yeah, I talked to you and Simon about that. And apparently there's some nice insurance parts that we can get into place to maybe cover some of these issues.
Yeah, that's right. So we are going to put that in place through Lloyd's. So there'll be fraud, there'll be theft. You had said, what if the government steals it? Which of course, Ebedeo was like, the government steals everything, you have to be careful. So we actually can get like political risk insurance. It does exist. So if the government actually seizes it, the company can actually claim it back, or can actually get it, from insurance. I mean,
that's perfect. Yeah, because that was actually a concern of mine. If those funds are sitting there.
Yeah, this is Switzerland. That's why we're in Switzerland, though, right? Not in like Estonia or Malta or wherever, So, but anyway, we can actually insure that. It costs almost nothing to insure the Swiss government stealing your money. So it's probably worth it, even just for marketing. So
yeah, absolutely, I think so. Yeah.
I don't think normies will have a problem, but
yeah. And the only other alternative for a stablecoin would be to be fully on chain, but then it will be an algorithmic stablecoin, and it won't be backed provably by $1 sitting in a bank account somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, great. And so, so we've covered Mint. What about Redeem? Should we just walk through it?
Yeah, sure.
So now which is actually pretty cool, right? Because I used to have $1,000 in my bank account. Now I have $1,000 that I can go use throughout DeFi. I can do yield farming, investments, whatever. And then one day
we probably should reset that number after you mint. So yeah, I'll make a note of that.
Oops.
Because it still says 1,000 at the top. Yeah, but it's just a UI issue.
Yeah. So what happened to, just a UI issue? All right, so.
Exactly, your USD balance is now 0, as you can see on the fiat accounts.
Right,
you can't see because now it's hidden. If you click all, exactly, your USD balance is now 0. Your fiat USD balance is 1,000. Yeah, that's how it should be after you minted $1,000.
Okay, so yes, I guess yeah, so is that up? We need to check, was that updating or not? Maybe you can check it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's some minor update issues between the numbers if you have $0 US in your account.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So here, let's do the redeem thing. We start at 0. So I see my account balance is $1,000, $1,1 backed in stable coin. And if I want to mint, because I love these memes that you've come up with. So if the more I mint, the less happy the meme is, right?
Yes.
So he gets sad, he cries.
You shouldn't redeem.
Right, because you shouldn't go back into the traditional space. You should go full crypto. And if you mint all of it, his head explodes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. So suppose I wanted, let's just try to see if it's like working with some random number. Okay. Cool. Okay.
No, you can't edit the top part now because you're in redeem.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to put something.
So if I go to that, I get this. Okay, I click redeem. And this is where we can put in our network fee and then a fee for us. And that fee also could be something that goes to the DAO, right? As like
no, actually, the DAO is completely separate from that. So the DAO has its own fee structure in the smart contracts, and it can choose a fee for minting, redeeming, and bridging. So that's basically the revenue model for the DAO.
So that's what we can put into, so the community basically can decide that, right?
Exactly. The community decides how much it will cost or how much revenue the DAO will get from mint, burn, and bridge transactions.
Yeah.
And this is on a asset by asset basis. So for fiat USD, there could be one fee. For fiat euro, there could be one fee. For fiat gold, there could be another one. So
right, yeah, for fiat Tesla or Apple or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And basically, cool. So the Fluidify fee here is the revenue that Fluidify could make of the mint or redeem process here if they choose to do so. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's pretty cool. But we might have to show, we might in the future, as we open this up to mass market and we have like whatever millions of people using this, we probably need to show like the DAO is taking a fee as well. Yeah. Wouldn't that be right? Because they will actually pay that. They pay a fee to Fluidify and they pay another fee to the DAO.
Exactly. Yes, that is currently under what network fee? So it's set at 0%. So we didn't want to confuse people more with what's the DAO and why does it get the fee. So basically, right. This is like the DAO creates this bridge part and provides the infrastructure for it. And this is what's represented under the network fee part here.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so I go redeem. So I want to redeem out of a stable coin.
Yeah, redeem is a bit different than mint, because in mint, the first thing that happens is the movement of funds on the CeFi side. And then our DAO node sees that movement into the treasury account. And then the DAO node itself will commit the on-chain transaction. And the DAO node will have to pay the actual transaction fees for that. For burn or for redeem, it's different. So for redeem, you control your fiat USD because it's in your wallet. So nobody else can do anything with it. Right. So the first thing you have to do is basically call the redeem function, which effectively burns your fiat USD on chain. And that's why here now you have to pay 0.00036 AR. You know,
thank God for Arbitrum.
You just confirm that.
Right.
And this is basically a standard MetaMask transaction. You have to share again.
Yeah, I know.
And now what happens is on chain, you just, you can click OK here, confirm. And it's just the info what you have to do. So on chain now, you just burned your fiat USD.
Yeah.
And again, the DAO node now monitors the smart contract on chain. It sees, hey, somebody just burned fiat USD.
Yeah.
And it checks which address was that and how much did you burn. And then it waits for the block confirmations to be sure that this actually happened and won't be reverted. And once that happened, it will relay that information to the CeFi backend, so the Fluidify backend in this case.
Right.
And then the Fluidify backend will basically move these funds out of the treasury accounts and back into the user account. So it will check which user owns this address.
That's great. So on the banking side, that's what's happening.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, I think it already happened. You probably didn't even see the pop-up.
No, it goes pretty quick. Yeah, on Arbitrum, it's pretty nice. Yeah.
If you go back to balances, then now you should probably have 500 fiat USD and 500 USD.
Yeah, amazing. Look at that. It works. That's super cool.
Oh, it's a bit really great. But yeah, now we got everything set up, I think. Yeah.
I love it. That's so great. And it's amazing. And so, yeah, so basically in my IBAN, in my bank account, I'll be able to see all of this, right?
Yeah, I just saw a question about IBAN. Maybe if you click the top up button in the middle.
Yeah.
It will show your account details. So yes, every user gets his own IBAN. It's not a shared IBAN. You will be the account holder. It will be your personal IBAN. And here's all the information you need to put on your invoices if you want to send out an invoice, or if you want somebody else to send you some money. This is your personal IBAN. You send it to them. It will arrive at Currency Cloud and be credited to your account immediately.
Yeah, that's so great.
Well, if I say immediately, that's the CFI system. So it will take between a few hours and a few days.
Right.
So not as immediately as on-chain, but as good as possible on the CFI side.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's kind of, you know, I mean, we've kept it with the Currency Cloud Limited as the bank, because that's kind of being a little bit more transparent and honest, because that's what we're using for our infrastructure layer. Probably nobody knows that they're basically a white label solution, right? Like this for so many fintechs. Yeah. Maybe in the future we'll change it to fluid finance or something like that. I'm just a little busy at the moment, so we do that later. So okay, this is really cool. This is great. Okay, so there's Mint. So there's Mint and Redeem. This again, maybe Nick, you can look at. And then we've got an invest tab here as well. So you and I we were just talking earlier about that. You know, basically the token is like an ERC20 token, and we're open source, and obviously, right? So like anybody can just integrate it into their protocols. One of the things that we're going to start doing this week is marketing and contacting people. I mean, obviously we've spoken to our friends at Curve and Aave about it. But maybe we'll try and maybe, you know, Ravi, maybe you can take note. We could perhaps do some like, you know, some marketing where like basically any protocol can work with us who wants like this kind of stablecoin, which is fully, you know, one-to-one backed. And also their, you know, basically their users could get a bank account out of it, right? So something we could think about. Do you want to talk about that, Nick, about just...
Yeah, of course. Like initially, we definitely should try and connect with some of the protocols and ask them actively to integrate. But as you said, it's now on-chain. It's permissionless. It's a standard ERC20 compatible stablecoin, but it is fully backed, and this is proven. So any protocol that chooses to do so can integrate with it, even without us knowing about it or being involved. So this is the DeFi part. It's fully composable.
That's pretty amazing.
If Alchemix decides tomorrow to offer fiat USD instant self-repaying loans, then they can do so. And there's nothing we can or should do about it. It's fully permissionless. Yeah, so they can integrate. It will be available on their side. But yeah, initially, definitely Fiat, Curve and Aave are obviously the ones we have a good connection to. So we will try and get them involved. But these are community governed protocols. So the community there will have to decide if they want Fiat USD integrated in their platform or not. Luckily, we do have some good ambassadors on that side. So hopefully this will happen soon.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, okay. I think we should think about other protocols that we want to integrate with. And that's also where the community should come in. Yeah, let us know which way you want to see Fiat USD be integrated.
Yeah, and people could help us as well. We definitely need help to make this work. So I guess the incredible thing is that it comes with like a bank account, like in the real world, and it's kind of this vision to like, you know, to merge CeFi and DeFi. Like that's why we've called it the DeFi Bridge DAO, basically, right? Because it's like we didn't think of it like this as like competing with exchanges or creating our own stablecoin. But that's essentially what we've done. I know that Ravi's got like a Medium article coming out like today or tomorrow that will, you know, talk about the creation of the stablecoin. We kind of created the stablecoin by mistake. We weren't thinking of really creating a stablecoin. We were thinking about how do we create, you know, in crypto, what we've got like one for one backed in the real world, so somebody could go just easily back and forth from their bank account, which I've basically done on the screen here, right? So
yeah, exactly. Now with Arbitrum, it's super fast. So this is really, really a good user experience. Once we launch on other chains, it will be a bit different. Like on Ethereum, it will take a few more seconds, and then we need to wait for some block confirmations and all of that. But yeah, we will definitely also be there. And yeah, we will see where the community wants us next. I see some advocates for Terra. We are already talking to them, so let's see what happens there.
We are talking to Terra and Anchor. I've been wanting to integrate Anchor into our savings product for a while. So some people have asked where the 6% is coming from. So that's
somebody asked where the revenue for Fluid is coming from. I wonder how that's possible.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of the clue, but but for us, of course, the revenue, it's like a bank. We're going to charge fees, and we'll take a margin spread. That's what I tried to say on the AMA. But for our savings product, we still have our insured invoices, which I need to sort out, and that'll be insured by Lloyd's. And kind of more on the DeFi side of things, we're really interested in Anchor and Terra in general. I think that Matt, the guy who runs Anchor, is really, really impressive. And what Doe has built in Terra, I really like it. And it just so happens we've been hiring like crazy, back end Golang developers. And the most recent Golang developer, Mark, who started just a few days ago, he uses Anchor extensively. So it's kind of a happy coincidence, but he's going to help us. He's going to help us with that. And I know Felix and the team are also working on the presentation to Doe, and to Matt at Anchor. So, but on the LPing side of things, we also need to think about how we're going to use our own Fluid token to incentivize people. And also the idea is that users will become owners. So users, people who use essentially, FluidFi and who use the mint process and who stake and et cetera, and who whatever, will be rewarded in DeFi Bridge DAO tokens. So that is definitely coming. It's another reason perhaps to integrate our stablecoin rather than any other stablecoin, because one is just a lot better. It's actually transparent. You're able to see it in real time, and it comes with a bank account. And we're going to use a lot of incentives to try and get mass adoption for the stablecoin. So, but it's pretty cool as well. I mean, other protocols, I mean, if they want to integrate, with this stablecoin that allows basically the access to the traditional space through a bank account, that'd be really amazing. So what else is there, Nick? What else? Anything else we should be covering?
No, I think now for the testers, this should be enough for them. I saw some more questions like, yes, it's a multi-currency IBAN. So even though the one you saw starts with GB, you can send any currency to that, and it will, well, maybe not any currency, but like at least of the 25 supported ones, and it will appear there.
Yeah, actually, I think we're going to have, it's a multi-currency wallet for 25 currencies. So if you're familiar with Revolut, it's basically the same as Revolut. But you can actually send in other currencies as well. They would be just exchanged into one of those 25 currencies. So, but we're going to start with these 4 currencies, because you got to start somewhere. It's like the progressive rollout. We're going to have a progressive rollout of this, and we're starting with our testers who all come from our community, and the core team. Our advisors and friends. Everybody's going to help us with that as well. We're also going to be set. Nick, do you want to talk a bit about like kind of an invite? It's like a clubhouse type system where you have to have an invitation to start using the web app.
Yeah, I'm talking to Igor, the backend dev, right now. So this is something we will finish integrating. And yeah, then the initial testers will be allowed to join here tomorrow and give it all a good try and see what we missed initially. And then we just started with a few people, and then some more and some more and some more, just so that in case there are any errors or bugs that appear, that we won't get the same error message like for 100 people and have to respond to 100 people. So we just start small and then expand more and more. The more confident we get that we have found the initial bugs or errors that we run into. We have test run the system now for a while, but there was still a lot of changing parts. So this is kind of real-time cutting edge stuff. And tomorrow the community testers are going to join us and iron out the early problems, hopefully.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's great. And I also want to quickly get to live testing it with real money on Arbitrum mainnet as well. So we'll do that as soon as we can. And Again, marketing team, this is happening in real time, spending a lot of time with Nick today, my Sunday and morning, and also with the lawyers. So like marketing team, we haven't synced yet, but one of the things that we've been talking about with Nick is that for our progressive rollout, as we go beyond like the tester group, we're going to give priority to our community. So that'll be people who hold Fluid tokens and who can Nick has a system that he's going to work on of how they demonstrate that basically in their MetaMask once we're on mainnet, Arbitrum mainnet. Do you want to talk about that, Nick? But the idea really is that you hold Fluid tokens, you get early access, and also we're going to have 3 different levels of bank accounts. And so if you hold Fluid tokens, you get the premium banking. So
yeah, this is still in development, and there's still a lot of decisions to make on how exactly we want to do that. Is it a snapshot type thing, or is it real time? Like, do we just check, do you hold Fluid tokens and how many at this point in time? Or is it at the beginning or end of the month and that we take a snapshot or something like that? But yeah, basically, if you are a supporter of FluidFi and you hold FluidFi tokens, then you will definitely get a better bank account with some bells and whistles and lower fees. And yeah, this is something we do build for not just for us to use, but also for the community to be part of. So this is
part of the whole brand narrative
run together.
Yeah, it's part of the whole brand narrative that Damien Horner from Real Vision has helped us with, which is like that it's just this interaction with the community where we kind of listen to what the community wants. So yeah, but those people also get the early access and they get the premium accounts. We also, marketing team, I was speaking with Nick about like how we're going to do the airdrop of the DBD tokens, the DAO tokens, because we're moving treasury and mint functions out of FluidFi into the DAO. We're still working on the tokenomics with Lisa. It's happening in real time. I'm just kind of signed something with Lisa earlier today. But we want a way to incentivize the holders of Fluid tokens so that they get, they basically get more of the DBD tokens, but they will definitely be part of the airdrop. And then it'll be users of the fiat USD stablecoin plus the other fiat, EUR, CHF, Singapore dollars, all the other ones that are coming as we roll out. And then people who are doing LPing and staking. So we need to work that out in the tokenomics, but we're going to give priority to the Fluid token holders who were here in the beginning, because it's a nice sign of support. So, okay, we go. I don't know if we have time to go through all the questions. We'll try to go through a few of them because I have a few things to do. Credit or debit cards. It's going to be debit cards, and it's going to be virtual only debit cards, because physical debit cards are just a real hassle. You have to build like a full operations team to do it. You've got all the logistics involved, and our vision anyway is to kind of replace everything physical with digital. So it's actually, we were struggling with the whole idea with the backend team and setting up an operations team and everything. And then Nick and a few of the others said, why are we going to do physical cards anyway? So we're like, all right, yeah, forget it. It's going to be virtual. It's going to be virtual. It's kind of cool with the virtual cards because you can have, I think, you have an unlimited amount of them almost in your wallet, and you can design your own, personalized card. Like, okay, it's only on your phone or whatever, but and it's MasterCards to start, and it's in GBP and EUR to start. And we're also in the future, we're rolling out MasterCards. We're speaking, we have a very close relationship with MasterCard, and it was a nice surprise. It was a sign from God that we're on the right track, that Visa just bought Currency Cloud. And so we're hoping to get fiat USD, which basically is held in real reserves, our treasury account with Currency Cloud. We're hoping that Visa will accept that and use it for spending on their Visa cards. So MasterCard's to start, Visa cards coming. So what else? Will there be CAD as a currency, Canadian dollars as a currency? Not to start with. But, actually, obviously, I was born in Canada and I'm keen on Canada, and I'd like to use the card myself when I'm back in Canada. So it's one of the 25, but not one of the first 4. It actually, through Accomplished Financial, who is another one of our amazing partners who provides us MasterCards, they actually have just allowed us to use MasterCards in Canada. So that is live now. It's on the very long to-do list for the back-end team for integrations. So it's Amazon Prime Wolverine is holding up these integrations by not joining quicker. And more of you from the community need to step forward. So that, CAD will be, CAD will actually be coming, but not right now. So also going to start like an affirmative action program so we can hire more Canadians. So if you're Canadian and you can code in Golang, DM me, please. So we said that, yeah, we're going to mint other ones, and not just currencies, but we're going to, it's fiat stands for fully insured asset tether. And basically it means what Fluid Finance holds in its treasury accounts are just replicated on chain. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to eliminate exchanges. I mean, I really believe in the future that people won't go through Coinbase or Kraken or Bitcoin Suisse. People will go directly from their bank account into crypto and back. Well, why not? I mean, exchanges really impede the adoption of DeFi, and it's a hassle, I mean, so yeah, we're going to do this for other things as well. We're talking about stocks and bonds. It's one of the reasons why Fluid Finance is applying for a banking license here in Switzerland. So in our discussions with the regulators, it's going to be easier for us to have like a securities dealer license or a banking license, the Lizenzbanker Light, the lowest level of a banking license. And we don't like banks. I prefer not to have a banking license. But one of the things we're not going to do as a bank is create credit, because those of you that know me, that know that I have a problem with fractional reserve banking, which is basically double spend, and we're not going to do that. But we are going to create other things on chain. So that's coming, but not soon. I mean, have a lot to do. So unless more people want to step forward and help, that's also very welcome. Can anybody from the team see other important questions that we can answer?
I can quickly answer. Like there was a question: will fiat euro be available in day one? No. Like from technical side, everything is ready. We just basically deploy another version of the smart contracts and set up another node that monitors the treasury accounts and mints and redeems. But we want to focus on one stablecoin first, get the liquidity there, get the usage and adoption there, and then we will roll out the other currencies in a step-by-step basis. Yeah.
It's good. So Jose Blanco Alonso asks, what fees would they be moving? Well, if you move within the Fluid Finance world, there's no fees and it's instantaneous. So if you want to go from different currencies, maybe that's not quite right, because we actually go through the foreign exchange thing, don't we?
If we do exchange, then there's going to be like the exchange rate, and I think Currency Cloud charges a bit of fees there.
Charge very low fees. Yeah, they charge very low fees, and we have an option to add a margin, but at the moment we're not adding a margin, so it should be cheaper than everybody else. It's cheaper than TransferWise. So yeah. But one of the things, Nick, we did talk about with the backend team a long time ago is building our own order book, like our in-house functionality, where we could actually, if people wanted to go and we could match within Fluid Finance, then that would just be an internal ledger movement. And we could take an FX rate for that, or we could have internal people do it. People could also put it on timing as well, because some people had an idea that, hey, I'd like to swap, whatever, my pounds for Hong Kong dollars, but I don't need it for the next 2 weeks. And maybe I could just put it into some order book system and have it sitting there and see if it gets matched. If it doesn't get matched, we could just go through, something that would cost money. So
Yeah, I think we do need a few users to have been onboarded for that, but then we will definitely look into that. But
Okay.
yeah, once we have the first 100,000 users here, then we should definitely build the matching engine. Yeah.
I've stopped even suggesting ideas to the backend team because I know they're just so overwhelmed. So FluidFi token pools, that's something we're talking about. I've been talking individually to a number of our kind of oldest and some of our largest shareholders. I'm still doing that. It's not a scalable thing to do, so it takes a fair bit of time, but I want everybody to know that I'm really interested in everybody's view on it. One of the views that's been emerging is that don't open the token pools until we've explained a bit more. There's a bit more information about there. We don't have marketing. I like Medium article right here that I need to finish. I just have too much going on. So I mean, my preference, actually, Nick, we were going to open those token pools on Friday, right? And then we had some pushback. So yeah. So I mean, I'm trying to balance. I mean, they're definitely coming in the next week. I know some people are not happy about that. But other people equally are really unhappy about the idea of just opening it, and the team not have had its act together in terms of marketing. I mean, it's just, you're kind of seeing behind the scenes stuff in real time, doing our best. I mean, this ideally would be a nice article that we would get on Medium or whatever. We'll just have to get this marketing team. We'll have to get this video up, but I mean, we need some of these summaries. Somebody from the community wants to step forward and help with writing some things, writing some summaries. I'd really love that. And we'll pay you for that. I'm going to set up like a community pool to pay people to help us with writing articles and whatever anybody can do. You don't just need to be a coder, but if you're a coder, we also need help. But if the community can help with some of these things.
We do have a few tasks for coders, yes. And I saw, do we accept C++ developers? Yeah, sure. Come in. I mean, C++ is not that different from Golang, so I think you will pick it up in no time. And if you have a lot of experience in C++, yeah, definitely reach out.
Yeah, please don't just reach out. Join like right now at my desk. It's like, I'll hire you right now. Like, so let's go. And same with front end. If there's Flutter developers out there, or Solidity devs.
Non, mais je veux dire, peut-être que lui a enregistré vendredi, vous le diffusez.
Non, c'est recording.
That's accidental.
Attends, c'est le mec avec la chemise blanche?
Le patron, ouais. Bah, c'est ce que je me suis dit en même temps.
Je veux dire, il en a peut-être 5 des chemises blanches, tu ne m'entends pas?
Too tired. I can't figure out how do I mute it?
Just mute all but I think we are basically done anyway.
Was there any other questions? Will there be Swift too in the accounts? Yeah, we're integrated with Swift as well. James bonded. So we do. Yeah, we're fully integrated with the Swift system. So that means you can, for those who don't know, that means you can do global banking transfers, more of the bank transfer from Swiss bank to the Fluid GB IBAN. Yeah, I mean, transfers, there's no cost on our side, but there might be transfers from a Swiss bank to the Fluid GB IBAN. No, we're allowing people to, well, maybe we need to check that with the backend team, but I think people can send it. I think people can send it in using any of the currency systems. Like you can use SEPA, you can use Swift, you can use whatever. I mean, your bank may charge you for it, but we won't charge you. Skinvest and you do KYC for Fluid staking and DAO voting. No, you don't need to do that. No,
this is completely separate. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the difference?
Yeah, so to open a bank account, you need to do KYC, not because we want you to, but just because of the government regulations and anti-money laundering stuff. But the DeFi Bridge DAO, for example, and the DBD token connected to it is an actual DAO. It lives in DeFi world. It is not connected to any KYC stuff, or it will be a DeFi token. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know in crypto, nobody likes KYC, but like, just to be realistic in the real world, like you have to do KYC to get a bank account. And, you know, I said to Amadeo when Amadeo first joined, I mean, he said, you know, what do you think about a pushback from the banks or regulators? I said, yeah, it's going to be a hard fight and we're going to be attacked, I think, on regulatory grounds. And so you see that if you follow the space, really big picture, the accounts, the attacks against, you know, Binance globally, or the UK outlawing crypto derivatives, or all the stuff you see from the omnibus bill in the United States, you know, current things in the United States, the Treasury, you know, pushing things like, you know, I mean, but you see the impact. You see Uniswap Labs, you know, switching off some tokens, right, through their interface. I mean, I really do think, you know, I'm so passionate that the future is DeFi, but there will have to be a regulatory element to it. I mean, personally, I really hope that it's like, I love the permissionless open protocols running on Ethereum. I just love that. But offering financial products in the real world, that's an unbelievably regulated space. And it's risky to do that. So we actually also want to help some of our fellow DeFi projects. So those who are out there, if anybody's listening, or if anybody from the community can spread the news, we will open bank accounts for DeFi protocols. And we will help them and their communities, their DAOs or whatever, with bank accounts. That means that we will do KYC. For us, it costs us, I think, €1 or maybe €2 a user to do the KYC, but we're trying to put together a pool of things so that we can basically do that almost as a common good for crypto, for DeFi. It's kind of like the stablecoin that we've created by accident. I mean, we're trying to make that a common good for DeFi. It shouldn't necessarily be owned by us. We're going to try and we're going to open source it and make it available. I think it's a missing piece of infrastructure, but I do think the same about ID. So, you know, what I really like to hope in the future is that once you're KYC'd with us, that could then be, you know, we find some way through whatever, I don't know, zero knowledge technology or something like that, so that it could be used, you could be used throughout DeFi. So
yeah, I think that's a question Linux asked, if I understand correctly, the DID solution for crypto wallets. That's exactly that. And yeah, we have been thinking about that, and we are looking into a way to basically offer a zero knowledge kind of based API for other projects that will be able to query us if that wallet is KYC'd or not, but we will not reveal your KYC information to them. That's basically the idea. A lot of other stuff that we have to get done and working first, but this is definitely on the roadmap.
Yeah, that's great.
And also, like Alex had an interesting question, can we ensure liquidity on Curve for the weird stables like Fiat GBP? That question, as well as how will Fiat USD or any of the fiat currencies hold their peg, is an interesting question. And it's worded wrong because we don't provide the liquidity and hold the peg. You guys do, the community does. If any of the stables or any of the exchange rates deviate a lot, then you can basically make risk-free instant profit by minting new Fiat USD or Fiat GBP and selling it into the pool, or by buying cheap Fiat USD and redeeming it directly one-to-one at the exchange rate one-to-one through the redeem process with us. So basically, you guys can provide all the liquidity and run the arbitrage and make sure the peg is where it should be. And if it ever deviates, that just means that there is a arbitrage profit for the community that you guys can go and take. Yeah.
So it's the best type of arbitrage, right? You can actually do it yourself and might work. I mean,
yeah.
As we brainstormed about it, though, I could see Nick and Amadeo and the rest of the team thinking of writing their own bots to do it. So I'm a little worried that I'll be too slow to like do any arbitrage myself. So
yeah, we might make just a community product out of that from under maybe the DBD.
That's an idea. Yeah, the DAO could. Yeah.
Exactly, and then people can just provide some liquidity, some funds for that, and those funds will be used to hold the pegs for any of the products that we choose, and the arbitrage will go as profits to the DBD.
That's a really cool idea. Yeah, we definitely should do that, because there's no reason it shouldn't hold its peg. It's like, it's not speculative. It's just one-to-one, right? You've seen in yourself, like how we mint and redeem. So
exactly, yeah. And with the other stablecoins, you can't do that. You don't have this instant onboarding or instant minting process out of like actual off-chain fiat tokens. So that's why that usually is not available as easily to you or to smaller fish in the pond. But here you can just, if there ever is a deviation from the pack, then that just means there is an instant profit for you available.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, this project is designed to be very democratic, you know, so I hope everybody sees it as revolutionary. So JD asks about, I'm locking my tokens for my Fluid tokens for 5 years, convincing the rest of the team. You know, to be honest, there is a, you know, I'm creating the new company, 100% owned by me. I'm capitalizing it in ETH, about like a million Swiss francs worth of ETH. I'm putting in my own ETH for that. And then I'm gifting the Fluid tokens to WCRES shareholders, and also to team members and advisors and, you know, friends of FluidFi and stuff like that. So there is going to be like a little vesting period for the team, because it's kind of normal, but it's very short. And to be honest, if the team members want to sell, that's okay for me. You know, I mean, like, you know, I will end up holding like most of it, because money comes from me. It's typical for, you know, traditional business that's going to be a bank. My plan is to exit, you know, over time to community or whatever. I haven't thought it all through yet. And just hearing about this, you know, it hasn't been going on for very long. So, but I won't ask the rest of the team to lock up, or not for very long. I hope people will stay with it because they're passionate about the project. And why would they sell? You're also going to get you're going to get other airdrops in the future as well. You're going to get further bonuses will come. Like if you own Fluid tokens, there's premium banking, but there's like, you know, DeFi Bridge DAO token airdrops to come, and that will come also, you know, in the future. Nick has some idea of like, you know, adding a randomness element to some of the DeFi Bridge DAO airdrops, or gamifying it, like, you know, sitting with like Elsa, and also some other people mentioned this, like, you're not a gamer, are you? I'm like, no, I'm not a gamer. And they're like, well, you need to be a gamer so you understand, like, you know, some of these things work. But that's the idea. So Harold, is FluidFi going to be a share? It is going to be a share. It's an equity share. It's a real equity share in a Swiss company that's going to become a bank. We're the first bank in the world to be capitalized in ETH, and you're seeing right in front of you our first product. So Harold as well, if you, I'd like people to get like whatever, some fun titles in the Telegram. So if you'd like to be recognized as a physician or a doctor, again, like I think the marketing team's going to reach out to you. So there's a lot of messages. Anybody else? Like, do you have some? Is there anything else?
Mostly we answered the messages, the questions, and yeah, I think we've shown the product, and yeah, it was a good Sunday evening.
Okay, thanks everybody. I appreciate you. You know, I know it's kind of impromptu, but you know, we're going to do a lot more of these in the future. So you'll see behind the scenes how things are going here at Fluid Finance. It'll be, you know, you'll see the good and the bad, and there'll be a lot of ugly as well. So you know what I mean? It's not a bank giving you products. You know, that's why it's not called your account. We're not giving you an account. It's called My Wallet, you know, and you'll see that in the retail app. So we're trying to build this together with our community. So, you know, if there's something that you would like to get involved in, like, you know, we need help. So love people to get involved. So thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks the team as well for joining on short notice. So thanks.